Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another comic book review. And today we're going to take a look at Nightwing number 75, which is written by Dan Jurgens with artwork by Travis Moore and Ronan Cliquet. And he's back! Look at that! Dick Grayson back in the classic Nightwing costume. And you can see up top here, this is one of the final Joker War tie-ins. Because believe it or not, there's a few little stories in here, a little flashback and a little current story. And some of it takes place prior to Batman number 100, they say. But this is good. This is Nightwing back to form. We're going to get to see Dan Jurgens, a classic writer, a classic artist back in the day, too, drawing Booster Gold and Superman titles back in the 80s and 90s. And going to see him finally tell his tale on Dick, not Rick. So, extra anniversary. It's different texture. It's like the Dark Knight's Death Metal texture paper. And you see the price there. So, it's $2 more. But, it's pretty good. So, you got this right here with Garth and Donna showing up, former Teen Titans, and they're talking to Dick now that he's back here, and they're so happy that he's back. I haven't been reading Teen Titans, but I've heard that Donna Troy hasn't really been involved in anything, so I wonder where she's been. And, always a great character back from the Marv Wolfman days of the 1980s Teen Titans run. And it's just them reminiscing about how they got their best friend back. And you got this great picture of all the former Titans there. Look at Dick. He was a player. He had Starfire and Donna. Look at that. And I don't know, maybe Raven too. And young Wally West. And it's just the whole 9 yards. So then it cuts over to Moscow in Russia with the KGBeast. What's his name? Let's see. Anatoly Kanazev. And he's there, and he's missing an arm. And they mentioned that in Teen Titans number 43, I think, the Titans decapitated his arm as revenge for, I think it might have been Damian who did that, as revenge for what he did to Dick back in Batman number 55. And he's here just sucking down his drinks with his Captain Hook arm. And all these other Russians are like mocking him, saying, "Oh, you missed the bird boy, ha 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 ha." And he's not thinking their shit. He grabs a knife, he just stabs that dude right in the chest. And he's like, "Oh, your woman will mourn your deaths. They will forever curse the name of the KGBeast." So he's out for revenge there after that. And this cuts to before the events of Batman number 100. I think it was like Batman 99 when Dick showed back up. And then Batman gave him back the old costume. So it's him and Batgirl fighting the clowns in Gotham. And they're just like, "Oh, I'm so happy to have you back. This feels good." He's got his classic weapons, and he's taking care of all the clowns. I mean, this is what we wanted to see in Joker War. You got kind of like the long, drawn-out stories in Joker War, and it was mostly the Harley Quinn and Bruce Wayne show, and we didn't really see much of Dick. So here you go. You got KGBeast he looks like Barrett from Final Fantasy VII with his gun attached to the arm there, the Gatling gun, and he parachutes into Gotham City. And he's ready for action. Look at him. Looks like a crazy person. So he's taking this guy out. And then it cuts to him teaming up with Bruce again and reminiscing about all the great times they had and taking care of all the clowns. Some decent art. Definitely not as good as the Batman book, but decent enough art. And what happens is Bruce takes him back to the ring when he had fought Batgirl under the Joker's toxins back with Nightwing 73. And get back his costume. And then, throughout it all, he's thinking about Alfred. Because what happened was, in Nightwing number 51, this is right before Alfred died, I believe. Alfred had come to Bludhaven, looking for Dick to bring him back to Gotham. But Dick he was Rick at that point, so we didn't know who Alfred was, and he kind of just shunned him away. And Alfred left him, and he's feeling guilt, and he's sort of paying his respects for a time he couldn't, a long time ago, and he starts crying, and it's a nice moment here. It's interesting that, Tom King had all these things happen to these important characters, and he didn't pay it off. Alfred just kind of died, and, you've seen with Dan Jurgens here doing it with Nightwing, and then you've seen with James Tynion, and he had that, really, I thought issue 98 with Batman was the highlight of the whole Joker War event, and that was Bruce Wayne coming, having his moment with Alfred there. So, he puts on the costume again, and he's ready. So then it cuts back to Bludhaven, and you have this guy, Hutch, here. And there's been 4 Nightwings who have kind of taken the crime fighting into their hands. They were a mix of police officers and firefighters. And they had sort of taken their the crime fighting into their hands while Dick was gone. He shows back up. And here we go again. Look at that. But he shows up. And he's saying, look, guys, I'm back. See, one of them, they injured one of the police officers. You see he's in a wheelchair now. And Dick's like, well, you go back to fighting crime. You go back to fighting fires. And I'll take the goons in my hands. So it's good that happens. So then he shows back at the Prodigal Bar with B. Bennett, who was looking after him when he was Rick. Really the only one who was caring for him when he didn't have his memories. And he's back now, and they're sort of talking like, oh, what do I call you now? And then KGBeast shows up, and he's like, oh, I see your girlfriend, easy targets. And he goes in there, and they're having a moment. Basically, she's kind of upset because, she sees him as not as vulnerable, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But he starts firing away in there. And Dick's got all his crazy acrobatic actions there. And he takes B kidnapped. So, uh-oh. Next, the price will be paid. So, great return to form. I mean, I'm happy we're going to see Dan Jurgens hopefully tell more Nightwing stories. I mean, go back and look at the classic Nightwing stories from the Chuck Dixon days from the late 90s, early 2000s. And one of the most underrated Nightwing runs was, I think it was like 2005 or 2006 with Peter Tomasi. Did a great job there. So go check those out. Nightwing is definitely a terrific character, and I look forward to seeing what Jurgens has to offer. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and stay tuned for more new comic book reviews coming soon. Everybody have a great day.